Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. This is going to be a short video, but it's going to be quite interesting. In this case, I have a scenario where I have multiple files in a folder that I would like to combine. And in this case, I have some fields from that folder, like the field name, that I actually want to insert into the data table. So I would like to actually add this file name inside this table. So later I can just expand from here, or perhaps go with the most sophisticated way of combining tables, the more optimized way, which is a previous video that we have actually done before. So my intent is that I want to combine all of the data from this column called data. And the best way to combine data is by using a function that is called the table.combine. But before I use that, I need to turn this column into a list. So I go with drill down and I just wrap this around table.combine. There we go. So I just wrap it around table.combine. And you see that I have all of the data from those, all of the headers from those tables in here. Now, before I do that, I will like to actually be able to insert this file name inside this data column, so inside this tables. So I'm gonna delete this last step, and I'm gonna show you that whenever you click on add column and you click on custom column, you're gonna notice that you're gonna be creating a new column inside this table that we see in the preview. So perhaps let's just say that I want to add a new custom column that is going to have just the same value as the file name. So I'm going to click OK. And in the formula bar, I see the code that was generated to create this new custom column. So I'm going to do a simple operation of simply going to the gear icon and modifying the custom column formula. So it can actually be this one. I'm going to name this file name, and I'm going to try actually do this against not the table that I'm actually in, but the tables are actually found in the data column. So add a new column to this table, which are the tables found in the data column, and it's going to be called file name, and it's going to populate each of those rows with the file name that I have on my file name column outside of the table. When I see this, I notice that, hey, I have errors on my file name column. So I can drill down inside that table and just check the error just to see what's going on. And what's happening at this stage is that when you use table.column, you're accessing the table at this level. So at the level that we're actually in at this specific moment, and it's trying to access a field name by the name of file name, and that just doesn't exist in this table. It is actually outside of the table. So in order for us to do that, I'm gonna have to actually use a really obscure and not so visible way to write a function, because what table.column does is that it needs the table, it needs the name of the new column, and then it needs a function to actually operate on a row by row basis. This way with the each, it actually works in the actual context of the table that we're in. But if we want to use something that is outside of the context of the current table, then we're going to have to use something else. So I'm going to try, and first I'm going to show you this way. So this way is basically a more obscure way, basically defining a function, and this function is just going to act and it's going to return the file name. There we go. And when I go to the custom column, to this new table that I created, I notice that it is still giving me the error. And what I need to do is that inside this parentheses, I'll need to add the letter R. And if you try going with capital R, or either just lowercase r, you're gonna notice that now it is actually working. And what this is actually doing is that for every row, you're gonna have to insert this name, which is actually outside of the table. It's in the current context of this table. And now I have the file name right in there. Pretty nice, right? So I can actually do the same. For example, I can create a new custom column. Just gonna put Power BI all over. So just like this, needs to be in quotes. There we go. And I'm gonna be doing the same. So let's just go ahead and do all of this again. There we go. Add a custom column to this custom. So it's gonna be like this. The data, the table is actually on the custom column. I'm gonna be creating a new one that is gonna be called my Power BI. And then it's gonna grab the data from the custom.one. There we go. So let me see. Custom show error. Yeah, it's one parenthesis that I needed to delete. And there we go. So I have all of the data that I want to combine on this one, on the custom 2. So I no longer need the other columns. I can just remove them. I can right click, drill down, do a table.combine. And just like that, I have all the data that I need to combine, or all the data that I need here. So this is a more advanced way if you want to combine or you want to add columns to a nested table situation where the value that you need to input or that you want to add is actually outside of the table. And then you can actually just go ahead and simply combine all of those tables into one. So let me know what you guys think and see you guys soon.